Live only on The Zone, USYK versus Dubois, July 19th. He silenced Britain's best. USYK, the undisputed king, fighting to keep his crown. But now, the dynamite is ready to explode. Dubois is set to make boxing history. The hopes of a nation on his shoulders. July 19th, hear Wembley roar for the heavyweight fight of the year. All the belts are on the line. USYK versus Dubois 2. Buy now at thezone.com.
This is Joe Pugh for IFLTV. We're here at the Hilton, Wembley. It's Tuesday, start of the Undisputed Fight Week. Historic, Mr. Frank Warren. Looking forward to it. Not long to go now.
I am. It's going to be a magnificent fight on a magnificent night. The setting is just phenomenal. Over 90,000 seats sold. Imagine what the atmosphere is going to be like with these two champions in the ring fighting for the four belts and history, a place in history for Daniel Dubois. If he comes through, he'll be the first Brit to ever hold those four belts in the heavyweight division. Just
on those 90,000 tickets sold, what would you say to people when this fight got announced, said, yeah, it's the best fight, but it isn't sold, it isn't going to sell, definitely not going to sell at Wembley? You've proved it has.
Well, they were wrong, weren't they? That's what I'll say. What do they know? Go on, carry on.
Have you even been a little bit surprised by how well it sold in the first kind of 2 weeks?
No, because that's why we booked Wembley. Otherwise, we'd have booked Leyton Orient, wouldn't we? We booked Wembley for a reason, because it's the biggest venue for the biggest fight. You know, people know who Daniel... There were 96,000 people in the stadium when Daniel Dubois beat the nation's favourite heavyweight in AJ. Absolutely done a job on him. Those people going into that fight, he was a big underdog. The majority of the people there were up behind AJ. After the fight, all those people love what they see, and they're back again.
See him yesterday going around on top of the double-decker bus, using that head movement for all them bushes, and we're seeing him like doing videos with Rob Beckett. It looks like he's really relishing in what he is now, world champion, and doing champion things.
He's loving it. He's loving it. And but on that bus, there's only room on top for one at the top on the top floor, and that'll be him on the night.
Do you think this fight will be bigger than the AJ fight when all's said and done?
It's for four belts. Of course, it's bigger. He's in with a guy who beat AJ as well. You know, he's beat AJ twice. He's considered to be the best heavyweight by a lot of people of the 21st century. So it's a tough fight, but it's a moment in history for Daniel, and can he do it? And we'll see.
Are you concerned that if Daniel does do it, and you believe your man does, people will throw in, oh, it's not the same Alexander Usyk that beat Tyson Fury twice, that beat Anthony Joshua twice, he passed it, when realistically, in December, he put an amazing performance in. It was only 7 months ago.
Well, you're going to see, you know, I think I would look at it the other way. He's not the same Daniel Dubois who fought Usyk the first time round. He's a different Daniel Dubois. He's more mature mentally and physically. He's in a good place, and he's shown that by the string of wins he's had. Again, going in as a underdog in each and every one of those fights and putting in phenomenal performances and stopping them all.
Have you seen Alexander Usyk yet this week? How's he looking?
No, I haven't. I'll see him obviously today, and he done the thing yesterday, didn't he, for the Ukraine. Was it building homes for Ukrainian people, which is a great cause. No, we'll see him today. They're going to have a first time we've had them together since we announced the fight.
You're expecting the best Alexander Usyk in there though on Saturday.
The best Alexander Usyk, and I think he'd do exactly what he did with AJ, in as much as his tactics, and that was to go out from the first bell and jump on him, as he did with Tyson. He did the same thing with Tyson that first round. He comes out and tries to command the fight, which I want him to do.
8 weeks ago, over there at Wembley Stadium, we saw maybe Alexander Usyk, not rattled, but it certainly annoyed him, I think it's fair to say, some of the stuff that Don Charles was saying the day before in Talk Sports Studios with George Fox. Are we going to see some mind games this week from Team Dubois?
That's the usual stuff, isn't it? I mean, it's just boxing. You get all this stuff at the end of the day. All that matters is what happens on Saturday when they get in the ring, all that be forgotten about. They'll focus on the job, the pair of them. They both know what they've got in store because they've shared the ring together already. They know what there's there. They know their strengths and weaknesses, and it's who can improve. Who can improve? I believe Daniel has improved since that fight. I actually think that fight was the making of him.
Is the question then, has he improved enough to overthrow?
The answer will be on Saturday.
I spoke to Gareth A. Davies yesterday, and he said he believes that Alexander Usyk is going to stop a demoralised Daniel Dubois. Just your thoughts on that?
That's his view. He's entitled to his view. We'll see.
Before, just last one on the actual fight itself. How do you see the fight playing out?
I see the first round being a really lively first round. I see Usyk coming out and trying to take command of it. Like I mentioned earlier on in the interview, I believe he'll come out and he will try and put it on Daniel.
There's going to be a whole host of heavyweights ringside, I'm assuming, all trying to get that next shot. We know Joseph Parker's next in line with the mandatories. Tyson Fury's now said he's here. It's going to be a proper heavyweight extravaganza, certainly ringside, isn't it? And you've got most of them.
All the heavyweights, I hope, well, there are a lot of them. Most of them are going to be there, and yeah, we're quite blessed with the guys that we've got under on our roster. A lot of them are in really key positions with various governing bodies. And you're quite right to say that the WBO have said that the next one in is Joe Parker. Joe's coming as well, so he'll be over for the fight. So it's going to be a great night, seeing all these guys all gathered to watch the fight. A real heavyweight night.
Tyson Fury said he wants Daniel Dubois. Should he do it? I know you've openly said it's a fight you probably don't want to see, but it might have to happen, right?
We'll see what happens on Saturday, Tyson's not going to be fighting this year. He's got commitments. I know he's on Netflix. He's filming the second series of At Home with the Furies 2. He's got a documentary as well, and he's made it very clear if he comes back, and when he comes back, it'll be next year. So we'll see what the position is next year.
Is it a case of after Saturday night sitting down yourself, George, the managers involved, and laying out maybe a 2-3 fight plan for all these heavyweights that you're looking after right now?
Yeah, we just keep them active. They're not sitting on their asses doing nothing. We would have liked to have got Joe Parker out, but there was a couple of problems for him. Or there was a couple of problems doing fights. But, Joe's knows what's at stake here. They're all in critical and crucial positions. If you're number one, you don't want to take that chance and losing your spot. But anyway, we'll see what happens. So let's get the fight out of the way on Saturday, and then we can look and let the dust settle and look, and then we'll have some roadmap for where all these heavyweights are going.
Is AJ coming Saturday night? Are you aware?
I hope he is. I hope he's got an invite, that's for sure. I'd love to come and be our guest.
That's going to be some front row, isn't it?
He's a bloody, he's heavyweight champion of the world. He's heavyweight. He's a well-loved heavyweight. I'd love him to be there.
Be some front row. AJ, Fury, Caballero, Parker, you in the middle of them. No, I'll mess with Frank Warren that night in Wembley.
I don't know about that. It might mess with me. But no, it's going to be great. It's going to be a great night. It's going to be a phenomenal atmosphere there, as I said, and we're going to get a really good fight. We are going to get. I believe this fight is going to be a classic heavyweight fight.
I want to ask you about Lawrence Okoli. Derek Chisora said yesterday on Talks Boxing that he believes he will become a world heavyweight champion. That's to become a free weight world champion, as he got that title at Bridgerweight. But should he come through Kevin Lerena, he's going to be straight in the mix, isn't he?
Well, he's number one already. He's putting it. He's shown what he's all about by it. He doesn't need to fight. He's got his spot. But that's him. I've got to tell you, I'm very impressed with Lawrence. He doesn't hold back. It's basically I'll fight anyone. Who's available. And the fight against Kevin's a really, really good fight. Kevin's holding a belt at the moment. We see what the fight he had with Daniel those years ago. He showed what he's all about.
Frank, just want to go back to Saturday night, Hamza Sheeraz. I know you've been very confident in the whole build-up, but were you even a little bit shocked by how dominant it was from Hamza?
No, my only concern with him after that last fight, I didn't know how bad he was struggling at the weight. No one told me that. and you could see he was struggling there. But I know he banged his hand up. You could see he was struggling against the Damas. And those last 3 rounds, he had to grit his teeth, and he got a draw. He's fortunate to get a draw, but he got a draw. But the facts of the matter is, you could see that at that weight, it was killing him. So he's gone up and shown what he's all about. When he's comfortable at the weight, he's a dangerous, dangerous operator. You know, he's loose. He's very loose-limbed. He's, you know, very tall, long, good reach. Can fight inside as well, which is unusual for a tall, rangy guy. And he's powerful. And if he catches you and you're in trouble, you're gone. He finishes the job in style, and that's what he did.
Will he finish the job in style against Canelo?
If he catches anyone, he gives them a problem. But he can box as well. You know, Canelo's got to come through his fight on the 16th, which would be in September, which would be really interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing that fight with him and Crawford. And Hamza's there to fight the winner.
Do you think it's viable that we could see Canelo on these shores and have the fight over the road there at Wembley Stadium?
There's an outside chance of that, but I think if it happens, then that'd be a fight that'd probably go to Riyadh.
Is there still a first for the Chris Eubank Jr. fight? Should he get through Conor Benn for Hamza?
I'd do that fight. You sure? I'd do that in a heartbeat. I've been trying to make that for a little while, you know that. Find out who's the best fighter in Essex.
Could that be the eliminator for Canelo? Because Chris Eubank's always wanted Canelo.
That's a money fight, isn't it? You know, first of all, he's got to get through Conor first of all, so we'll see what happens with that one. That's in September. So September's going to be an interesting time for that division, and again, we'll see what happens when all the dust settles down.
Last one, Sam Noakes. He was out in New York enjoying it. He's got a massive fight against Abdullah Mason on November 22nd. You confident in your man?
Yeah, he's in that position now. He's worked towards to be the mandatory. They've made it a eliminator now, and he's in with another undefeated fighter. It's 2 young bucks, and they're going to lock horns, and we'll see who come through. I believe in Sam. That's why we made the fight. Sam's a very, very good fighter. He's a handful for anybody. He's got tremendous work rate. He can punch, and Sam Noakes does what I believe he's capable of doing. He can win this fight.
Yard as well on that card in. Yeah. That's a firefight, isn't it?
You know that's going to be it. That's going to be a real, real war. Yeah, I love that.
You're confident he'll do this against David Benavidez?
Look, he's been there twice. This probably will be his last chance to win the world title. And he's in with a very good fighter, but I believe that on his day, and if he's right, he has a good chance of winning it. He fancies the job, we fancy it. We've made the fight, and it's all up to him now.
Is this his best chance he's had when you compare it to Kovalev early on in his career? Beterbiev gave him a great fight, and then Benavidez, who's recently come up to the weight, he's been given that title.
And it's whether he brings that power up to the weight. That's the thing that's quite interesting. It's a great opportunity for him. I mean, listen, I believe he should have beaten Kovalev, but he was, you know, they got their tactics wrong. He should have. If he'd have done what he did in the 8th or 9th, whenever it was, when he jumped on him and had him all but out on his feet. If he'd have done that earlier, he'd have been world champion. But look, it weren't meant to happen. Things that's how it is. But he's got another chance now, so he's got to grab that. And and he will grab that opportunity with both hands.
Excellent, Frank. Thank you very much for speaking to IFLTV. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we finish?
No, I think that's about it, mate. You're looking forward to the fight?
I think the whole nation's looking forward to the fight, Frank.
That's it. We're delivering. We're delivering to the nation. We're delivering a magnificent event on the Zone. Do not miss it, because I promise you this is going to be something special, this fight.
Are you going to wear like a Daniel Dubois hat, like Eddie wore that Katie Taylor bucket hat on Friday night?
Well, I'm not going to wear a Spursy shirt, that's for sure.
Frank, thank you very much, mate. Thank you.
Live only on the Zone, he silenced Britain's best. USYK, the Brit Breaker, but now the dynamite is ready to explode. One night, one shot at Undisputed. USYK versus Dubois 2, July 19th. Buy now at thezone.com/boxing.